안녕하세요 여러분, Hsing-입니다. Hi everyone, this is Hsing and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how I've learned Korean in the past 8 months that I've been here in Korea. I thought that my video might help people who are trying to learn Korean right now by giving them some insight into what immersion in Korea really can do for you, and maybe some ideas for how you can apply these tips to learning abroad if you're not in Korea. Number 1, I started by learning the basics. Before I came to Korea, I learned how to read Hangul, which are the characters of Korean, and I learned how to pronounce them. I also learned sentence structure, which is very different from English, so learning how the words are arranged in sentences. The third basic that I learned was particles. There are different particles for indicating words and their purpose in the sentence. Learning how to differentiate the particles really helps in figuring out what sentences actually mean. Number 2, I set goals for myself and I broke them down. Instead of having these big giant goals of I'm going to become fluent in 6 months, which by the way, that didn't happen. I realized that I needed to break things down into smaller chunks. It makes learning Korean a lot less intimidating when I can't get things right or when I make mistakes. You just need to make little steps every day. When I first got here, I set goals of I want to be able to say this. Where's the bathroom? 화장실 어디 있어요? And in learning that, I was able to learn 1, the vocabulary for bathroom, 2, the vocabulary for where, and 3, is it. So by learning 1 sentence, you can learn 3 different things. And that's just one example. When I set out goals, I set out goals that I think I can achieve and build upon. So by learning 1 expression, I learned a couple new things, new grammar points. The third thing that I did was constant practice. Whenever I leave the house to whenever I get back in the house, I pretty much can only speak in Korean. So if I go to the store, I need to understand 봉투를 필요하세요 means you need a bag. 고야티, you need to learn how to order. And if you're going shopping, you need to learn to say what color do you have, what your shoe size is. Before I would go out and do a certain task, I would learn the things that I needed to say in order to accomplish it. Another reason why I'm in constant practice is because I look kind of Korean. Because they think that I'm Korean, they will speak to me in Korean. So I've been getting a lot of practice out of that because I need to be able to not look stupid, which I fail many times. The first way you can stay in constant practice is through conversation. If you're living abroad and you don't have anyone who can speak to you in Korean, you can practice typing Korean through various language exchange apps. You can write a journal in Korean and then post it on this site called lang-8.com. You can post your writing on there and a native speaker will correct your writing, and then you can correct other people's writing as well. Third way that I stayed in constant practice was through the internet. I'm a huge K-pop fan. Yep, I spend a lot of time on Twitter. By reading different fans' posts, by reading the idols' posts, by ordering fan goods, I've been able to practice a lot. Similarly, if you use different Korean apps while living in Korea, you are always practicing Korean. And so I learned the vocabulary for all the different functions and the apps that I need to use. So when I'm ordering bus tickets, I use this app and it's 100% in Korean. So when I go to buy a ticket, I need to be able to select my to and from destination, the date, what kind of ticket I want, and then find my ticket and actually buy it. Another app that I use is Naver Maps, which is the Google Maps of Korea. Naver Maps is actually way better than Google Maps here, and it gives you better directions, and you can actually see bus schedules and stuff on it. I need to be able to read Korean, and then I have to be able to type in where I want to go, and etc. So you can see all these different routes that I've searched, and then you have to be able to read the route, how long it'll take, and what bus you want to take, and then if you press this button, your route and all the stop names. And then a lot of the shopping apps that I use and the food delivery app are all in Korean. The fourth thing that I did while studying Korean here is I needed to make it fun. When I first started learning Korean, I did lots of flashcards, I made lots of lists of all the vocabulary that I learned every day, and honestly, it really didn't help me that much. I found it hard to keep the vocabulary in my brain. I'm not the kind of person that can sit down and memorize things. It just doesn't work well for me. The way that I made studying fun is I gave my learning context. I'm really into Hallyu, so I like K-pop and dramas, K-indie music lately, and K-hip-hop by getting into things that interest me. Culture, dance, and dramas, etc. really helped me give context to my learning and motivation. How I studied using dramas. In like September, October, the drama Moon Lovers Scarlet Heart with Lee Joon-gi and IU was really popular at the time. I started watching that and I got really absorbed really fast to the point that I caught up before I could watch subbed episodes. But because I live in Korea, I can actually watch those episodes without subs before I watch them with subs. So I watched them live on my TV and tried to figure out what I could understand, which when I first started learning Korean was like 5%. But instead of getting discouraged by that, I was like, wow, I can understand 5% of the episode. Another thing was while I was listening to the drama, I could write down things that I heard, like things that caught my attention, and then look it up. And then the second time that I would watch it to actually understand what was going on with subs, oh yeah, now I understand what they were saying. I can put my listening together with the subs. How I studied through music is Melon app, which is the app that a lot of Korean people use to listen to music here, kind of like Spotify. It has a complete list of lyrics for every Korean song. So if I wanted to study this song, I would go through, find the lyrics that I don't understand, and then look up the words for each of those. I do caution that the way that people sing in Korean songs isn't generally the way that people speak in everyday life, but it is super useful for learning vocabulary and then going back through after you've parsed out all the words. It made learning really fun because I like listening to the music anyway, so I might as well try better to understand what I'm listening to. My final tip for learning Korean really fast is making use of tons of resources. I know that every single Korean vlogger on YouTube has probably mentioned this before, but that's because it really works. Talk to Me in Korean is a wonderful resource. So Talk to Me in Korean is great because their resources are free. Some people don't know how to use the curriculum that they made on their site, and that's fine because you know what else they have? A YouTube channel. And that YouTube channel has helped me endless amounts of time since I've came here to Korea. I try to watch a couple videos every day. They make really short 3-minute videos. They have longer 15-minute videos. Another resource that you cannot not have if you're a Korean learner is Naver Dictionary. It's a mobile app, or you can use it on your computer. You can look up words, find them in context, in different example sentences. My favorite thing that you can do with Naver now, Naver owns VLive, the app that K-pop idols use to do live broadcasts. They need a sub team to sub the videos in real time and then on replay. They upload those subtitles to Naver, and then on Naver Dictionary you can find whatever word you're searching for or whatever phrase in the idol's live broadcast. And then you can watch that broadcast and it'll automatically take you to that sentence that they said. Isn't that cool? That's like mind-blowing to me. Another resource, I mentioned Lang 8 for posting your writing to be corrected by the native speakers, and also Coursera.org and several other websites offer free Korean online classes. So they have an actual course prepared and you can study online for free. Coursera pushes you to get a certification, but you really don't need to. You can just opt out of it. I learned through 2 different courses on Coursera, and I'll link those down below, but those were super useful for me when I first got here for learning grammar and new vocabulary. So that's all I have for today. I hope this video was useful to you if you're learning Korean. And if there's anything else that you'd like me to cover, I'll be doing a lot more of these types of videos in the future. Leave a comment down below, or you can talk to me on Twitter, which I warn you is full of K-pop. But it is a great way to get a hold of me immediately. And I'll see you guys soon. 안녕!